surveys, and we do see the impact of pollution on all of our work. Especially in Norfolk, we see a lot of farm pollution, so a lot of those feed buckets and feed sacks as well. We see them quite regularly dug into riverbanks or caught up on branches and sticks and things. We also see a lot of marine stuff on the beaches as well, so at the outlets of the rivers there's quite often a lot of those foam coffee cups, and also unfortunately from the fishing industry, you know, they've got those styrofoam boxes, and that's one of the big things we see. It's all broken up into lots of little pieces and it blows across the sea and across the beaches as well. A visible plastic, and that's what's quite scary. So we don't see them, but we know that they're there, and we have had sort of reports from various scientists saying that larval fish species and invertebrates are actually eating those tiny fragments, thinking that they're pieces of plant or algae, and then those contain chemicals and they're reacting with the species and they're building up in their stomachs, they're causing them to starve. Those chemicals are also creating a pollution sort of cascade where, you know, it builds up in the food chain. It can result in infertility in fish, for example. They think that the BCPs are creating infertile eels, so huge declines in species just because of these tiny fragments of plastics and the chemicals within those plastics as well. I recently saw some really interesting research that somebody's put on this filter on the tyres, so they can actually catch all that brake dust and stop that from going onto the roads, and therefore a lot of the plastics run off from our roads into rivers down those road drains, because a lot of them are connected to rivers. So if everybody could put in those kind of filters onto cars and onto their washing machines, and if all the water companies as well could put more filters on before that water gets discharged back into our rivers, it would help immensely. And I think if people just become more aware and probably use more natural materials and stop using plastics as much as they can, that's the key solution really. At the end of the day, we have to stop using it and we have to find alternative solutions.